I'm Nick Vitchev, and I'm joined today by Cara Wick, who is a industry expert in anti-financial crime and model risk management. And we're going to talk about the recent paper that Cara's written and published on model risk management in AML and anti-financial crime. Thank you for joining us, Cara.
Thank you, Nick. It's great to be here.
So first question, this is a really topical area and a very interesting one. First of all, why do the nuances of the term model matter?
Well, the short answer is because any tool that's labeled as a model is subject to the supervisory recommendations on model risk management, and that guidance is commonly known as SR 11.7. But to be honest, even within that guidance itself, there's a note that says even tools that are not labeled as models are subject to rigorous governance. So in some ways, possibly in the future, the term nuances of the model may not matter because more and more regulators are applying the SR 11.7 model risk management guidance, across the board. But as of today, the reason that model matters is because that guidance is applicable to any tool that's labeled a model.
Thank you. Can you explain what is meant by the phrase principles-based as it relates to the model risk management regulatory guidance such as SI 11.7?
So I asked myself that question even before writing this paper, and in writing this paper got a little bit more clear on the answer. And to me, what principles-based means, if I can answer in the negative, is that the guidance is not model-based or model-specific, and it's not even specific to a particular type of model use, like, predicting defaults or measuring credit risk. Being principles-based means that the guidance shows sort of foundational truths about how to use these tools the best way possible. And one of the principles, probably in my mind, the guiding principle of the guidance is that these models that we use are and never will be perfect. So the guidance, therefore, provides us sort of foundational truths on how to use these imperfect tools and to make them useful.
Thank you. When it comes to using models in anti-financial crime compliance programs, is the regulatory guidance on model risk management applicable?
Well, so that is what's so important about kind of understanding the guidance as principles based, because within the guidance itself, money laundering and financial crimes is not actually listed as a model use. And that has created a lot of years of sort of controversy and confusion in the anti-financial crime space, because if these rigorous and robust, and let's just call it what it is, expensive, governance expectations on these tools is to be applicable to financial crimes, that's a huge investment. But what if, this guidance doesn't actually list anywhere in it financial crimes models at all? So is that expense really warranted? And the regulators have come back and said, yes, it is, because it isn't about a particular model use or a particular model. It's about just principles of using any and all models.
Thank you. As models become more and more complex via artificial intelligence and generative AI, do you think that the guidance on model risk management will change?
It might change, but what the regulators have said is, and this is getting back to the principles base, is that sort of SR 11.7 being principles based is actually applicable not only to, the models that caused the great financial crisis back in 2008, 2009, which looking back kind of feel relatively primitive, but because it's kind of based on foundational truths, this guidance is going to apply to our new and emerging models as well. So similarly, for the reasons why, SR 11.7 can apply to financial crimes models, even though they're not listed in the guidance, SR 11.7 can also apply to new models that weren't even conceived back in 2011 when it was written, such as generative AI and artificial intelligence. So while certainly, there'll probably be new, guidance out there, the basic tenets of SR 11.7 are here to stay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, Cara. It's a fantastic paper. I encourage everyone to go on the Chartist website and download it. And any argument discussion will be fantastic. Thank you again.
Cheers. Thank you so much.